You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for MTV's Challenge Rivals. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Challenge Rivals news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AfterBuzz TV for MTV's Challenge Rivals.
Yo, what up, AfterBuzzers? It's your boy DJ Jesse Janity, and I believe we have on the line, Steve. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Steve. What's going on? How you doing tonight?
Not too bad. You?
I'm doing swell, especially after watching this episode. And I'm also joined in studio with my dear lovely. Hey, Allie.
Hey. Yeah, so that was an interesting episode.
Wasn't it?
It was.
Steve, what did you think of tonight's episode?
It's all right. Not the best one they've had, but it was enjoyable.
Right. Well, we'll get into what the challenge was, because I actually really enjoyed the challenge tonight. Well, the jungle, I should say. But so we started the episode off with a game of cards, and they were joking around with Mike, and I loved the part where they made the comment of weird things Mike says during sex.
What was that about crop seeds?
He said, Oh, I love crop seeds.
Who doesn't?
Right, who doesn't? Yeah, that was cute. And then we find out that Adam has had a crush on Jenna.
Oh my
throughout
god.
all these seasons.
So sad.
Let's just get into this whole situation right here.
Dig in.
So Adam has a crush on Jenna, and through the episode, actually, me and Allie kept saying like, "Wow, she's really pretty." Like,
yeah.
You can't hate on the girl. Now, Steve on the line. Steve is an expert when it comes to these challenges.
Oh, yeah?
Steve, can you give us some Jenna history?
She started on, Denver, and, the first episode, one of her roommates had a crush on the token random guy in the house. But Jen swooped right in there and had sex with him in the shower, the first episode, and all throughout that season. And every challenge since, pretty much, she's been hooking up with, random guys. So she's kind of a bit loose.
She's gotta stake her claim.
And as Evan claimed, she's the praying mantis of the house.
Pretty good description of her.
And I was kind of confused by that. And at first, when Evan was saying it, I was like, "Oh, you're kind of hating."
Yeah.
But there was a scene in which Adam was laying in bed with Jenna.
Yeah, they were spooning or almost spooning, or he pushed up her bra.
And just ew.
Right?
Well, before that happened, they were in Adam's bed, and Leroy was snoring so loud that she couldn't take it, and she got out of the bed, and Adam got upset because he felt Leroy was cock blocking him in his sleep. It was just kind of weird the way Adam was really obsessing over her. It's
well, she was stringing him up to believe that he was about to get some.
But I mean, you're how old? You should be over that phase of attraction. He's like, I'm going to marry her, and 10 years from now, yes, I'm going to rock this girl's bones till, dude, you're bugging.
I'm just going to kiss her all day.
I was going to kiss her, and I put my hand up her bra, and it felt naughty.
And then her mom walked in, and he ran.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I was saying kind of the same thing. Really, Jen? Adam?
Yeah.
Really?
Turns out. And it's so funny to see how he acts and then compare him to someone like CT, who who's just like, yeah, I'm gonna get in a bed and I'm gonna bang her. Like that's what he would say.
And then after, if she don't want to bang me, then that's her problem.
Yeah, that's a fucking problem. I mean, whatever. I could get any girl in this house. I could get Mandy,
Right.
the other dude, the other girl with the blonde hair. Maybe a dude. I don't know what he's into.
If Jen doesn't want to bang me, it's because she wanted to bang me so bad she couldn't bang me.
She couldn't handle banging me. That's the problem.
She
no one
couldn't
can
handle the
banging
C
me.
and CT. So, yes.
I'm gonna C in her T.
Then last week I hated Adam. Adam has just gotten under my skin. He's
Like a little boy.
Right. Well, as we said last week, I like to use the word service, and when I use the word service, I have quotations. He basically gives blowjobs to all the guys in the house who hate him. But he hates on CT. He goes behind CT's back and talks to the other guys, and it's just like, really, dude, you look like the biggest pussy ever.
Yeah, and I love how that he complains about having CT as his partner. Like, meanwhile, the guy wins almost. Or if he doesn't win, he at least doesn't get you in the jungle. Like, be happy, like be content with that. Like, who cares if he's a dick? Like, you're not there to be his best friend. You're there to win.
And CT wants to be his friend. I'm gonna get you to say you're my friend.
Well, that's really CT just being like, hey, listen, everyone thinks I'm a dick, but I'm gonna have one redeeming quality, and it's gonna be friends with a pussy kid. Like, I think that's his MO.
Hilarious. But our hearts did melt a little bit when Jen literally woke up. I don't know really what they did. Apparently, all he did was like feel her up, and end of story.
Yeah.
And then Jen immediately ran out and started talking to all the girls about how
he's the creepiest guy, and she would never touch him sober. What a freaking it's girls like that give the rest of the girls a bad name. Like, those are the girls that go to bars just to get guys to buy them drinks. They're the reason why guys think the way they do about girls.
And it's totally fine, the fact okay, he is creepy, he's a weirdo.
Yeah, but
Definitely
don't lead him on then.
Exactly.
And it's funny too, because people think that girls are just like that. But honestly, like, when it comes to that, if someone's really if someone was really into me, I'd rather be alone than be annoyed.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's just there's no point in making someone think that they have a chance, because then they're just going to annoy you. And who wants that? Do you really want that? Do you want the attention that bad?
And not even that. You're hot. Like, you can hook up with any of these guys, just want to have sex. Like, Adam, legit, wants to, have a relationship with you. The one person in the house other than Mike.
Who might respect you.
You play with his heart. Steve, what were you going through when you saw this?
I was laughing. I thought it was amusing how she was just basically shitting on him as he's telling all the guys that he loves her and he thinks it's a great relationship, and meanwhile he's right out there talking like Paula and all those other skanks about basically how much of a loser he is.
Right.
How dumb is he to think that he saw in his past challenges, he's the guy who can make her not be a slut? No, it's not going to happen. That's just the way she is. So be a fucking man about it and realize what she is going in. But he's fucking stupid.
Her desire to be a slut is too overwhelming.
I mean,
she wants it too badly.
She sure enough sure does. So yeah, Adam, just sorry, buddy. You gained a couple points for me there, because I really did.
Pity points.
There were pity points thrown in there for him.
Poor
Sorry.
guy.
He'll take them.
You're right.
He sure will.
He will take whatever
At this
he can
point,
get.
he will take whatever he can get. Random clip of a naked pool party scene, which is just we got to throw that in there for MTV, the challenge.
It's actually in their contract.
Everyone get naked with the gay guy.
How nasty was it though when Paula goes in just without her bottoms on? That pool better have more chlorine in it after she's out of there. I wouldn't step foot in there. All sorts of disease on that.
It's so funny you said that, because while I was watching it, I was literally that is the dirtiest pool. Who knows what happens in this pool?
Honestly, though, I mean, chlorine kills.
No,
that's why chlorine is in there. So
stop
she
it.
probably came out cleaner than when she went in.
Okay, this is really off
Good
topic.
point.
But we actually had a producer in here, Brent Pinavetic. He came in. He did the Real World with us. I mean, not the Real World. Jersey Shore last year for AfterBuzz, and he told us this story about reality TV shows. And they were filming one with Spencer Pratt.
Oh, him.
So they're in a jacuzzi, and they get a bunch of girls coming in, and the producers are all like, "Oh, do you guys want condoms?" And he's like, "No, no, 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 we don't need condoms. We're in a jacuzzi." And they're like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, man, the chlorine and the heat, the temperature, that kills sperm."
Oh my God. Oh, go back to school.
Yes, thank you. So
get
put
an
that out there
education,
for you
please.
guys. Little AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so now we get into the meat. MTV gives us the little plots at the beginning. Sarah is nervous about Caitlin's physical ability.
As she should be.
And
But she's good at puzzles. She's good at puzzles.
She is good at puzzles. So, Sarah's complaining about this whole thing, and it's just like, you're in this together. Stop complaining. Stop talking shit to each other's face.
Yeah.
Like, Sarah said all this with Caitlyn at the end of the table. Like, how about boosting your partner's confidence up, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure that's not well, because Sarah doesn't want to look bad. Sarah doesn't. If they lose, Sarah doesn't want to be the reason. Like, Sarah needs to be blameless through the whole thing.
Right, and it's just like I
It's
said.
a team thing. It's not you.
Exactly.
It's a team thing. Whether or not you perform well or not, if you lose, you lose, and that's it. It's both of your faults.
You would be the bigger winner if you at least tried to work with your teammate, tried to get your teammate, somewhat established in the game with physical challenges, and you're not doing that. It's like I said last week. The guys in the house are treating this as if it's, this mind fuck game where they have to like try and figure out like how are we gonna who are we gonna get rid of next and all this.
Well,
and
Wes has it all figured out.
Oh well, we aren't even gonna get into him yet because he
No, we'll get to
is
that.
a classic. I don't even know how to explain him right now, but it's like CT's playing the game correctly. He's the only person I can say that is in this to win it, legit. In the sense of, I'm going to work with my teammate. I'm going to beat everybody because I know I'm capable of beating them.
Right.
I don't have to, like, plot against people.
Make people disqualify and put them against each other. Like, just fucking play the game. Just play it.
So now we're going to have this whole thing between Sarah, Caitlyn, Jasmine, and Janaea. So let's start at the beginning where, Sarah and Caitlyn, they started their tension. And then Jasmine and Janaea, they kind of start their own little tension. Talking about Janaea feels Jasmine's just nothing but negativity, and Jasmine feels that Janaea's turning into a bitch. It doesn't matter. Get the fuck over it and work with each other. At this point, your teammates, you both don't have very opposite feelings towards each other. Sorry, there was just a naked body on the TV screen.
No, there was a severed head like 5 minutes ago. You missed it. Yeah, I got a little distracted.
So, it's just like, get over it. They start arguing. Jasmine starts getting Houston up in here. I would say it's more Dallas, not really Houston, because she started crying. When she's Houston, she starts breaking shit. She didn't really break anything. She like took a lamp and threw it.
Or a potted
she started
plant.
crying.
Threw off her mic.
She threw off her mic, and I thought it was really funny. Like Evan was like, no, it wasn't Evan. Randomly, Steve, did you see this? Wes and CT were sitting outside talking together.
Oh, yeah, they were just watching this together. They might as well have been friggin' holding hands.
Well, no, they were out there before them because the two girls ended up walking out to the patio.
I bet
they were there.
I bet they're best friends in real life. They're just doing this.
Well, rumor has it CT might play for the other team. Rumor has it.
Oh, I doubt he'd do it with Wes.
So, I'm thinking, hey, normally if you want to pretend you're not something, you go total 180.
That's true. Alpha male.
So he's like, no, I'm the dude. I'm going to screw all these bitches.
Or none
And
of
I
them.
hate Wes. I hate Wes so much. I can't stand him. Maybe they're boinking each other.
Maybe. That's where all that tension's coming from.
You never know. And if that is the case, Wes is so the bottom. Throwing it out there.
I don't think it's a question on that one.
Not a question at all. Wes is the female in the relationship.
Absolutely.
All right, so I thought it was interesting that they were sitting there talking with each other, and even the way CT's legs were crossed, I was just kind of like, really? I'm just nitpicking now, but let's
Just
go.
hoping.
Just hoping.
A girl can dream.
A girl can dream. So yeah, then we get into this Jasmine intervention.
Oh my god.
You know, and I thought it was funny where Wes, like, the biggest thing Wes said, like, rather than breaking the girls up, Wes was like, "No, Jasmine, don't take your mic off."
Yeah.
What?
Put your mic back on.
What?
Really?
Really?
She's like crumpled against the wall. She's like, "Get me out of here." Like, okay, if you actually hop the wall and someone helps you go, where are you gonna go?
Right.
You're in friggin' Costa Rica. Where are you gonna go?
I'm gonna start sweating.
I'm gonna live in a tree.
Oh, I don't know what she was thinking. She's just really insane. Like, she needs to be put on the Bad Girls Club.
But she's trying too hard. Like, she makes it a point
Yeah.
to be like, "I'm gonna start breaking shit." It's like, okay, like, we already know you're gonna lose your shit. How about you just let it happen naturally? If you really get pissed, fine, break something. But don't, when I come back from the jungle, I'm gonna tear the house up. Like, okay, fine, great.
Right, now you
Thank
want to
you.
be that girl?
Yeah, she wants to be that girl. And then maybe I'll get my own spin-off. It's like, okay.
No, honey, there's no spin-off for you on MTV.
She has spun off.
Yeah, you may get a web series if you can find that.
See
but
you at the reunion. You'll be the girl that walks off first.
Break.com. There you go. Right. She'll be the girl that they make sit in the audience.
Put her
like
in a cage.
and you know, then at the end, Evan like picks her up and like is like, tell her you love her, and Jasmine like calms down, and it's just like you're literally a 7-year-old little girl.
I hate how guys try to solve girls' problems. That is like, just tell each other you love it. Like, they're not best friends. Like, they hate each other.
They're here because they hate each other.
Yeah, exactly. It's the whole purpose. Hence, it's in the title of the show.
And then total fakeness where Jasmine says, you know, I guess we can work things out, you know, as long as, you know, Janae, you know, keeps me in check. What? Honey, one, you're a grown-ass woman.
Codependence.
No, she's not.
No, she's not.
Physically, you're a grown-ass woman. Like,
Physically.
the years show that you are grown.
The parts are all there.
The parts are there.
The engine's not on.
And yeah. Turn the shit on because what? Janae is not your enemy, your worst enemy in the series of MTV challenges is not there to keep you in check. And if that's what you're depending on, sweetie, whatever the song is, it's the end of the road. Get out of here. All right.
Beautiful.
So here we go to the challenge against the current.
Against the current.
Literally. They have to paddle upstream in this like little whatever the heck that is that they built. And the longer that they paddle against upstream, the more that deducts the time that it takes for them to get down to the finish line.
Right.
So, of course, everyone puts CT and Adam first.
Of course.
CT, doing this alone, basically, rips through it with 47 seconds.
I'd let him rip through me in 47 seconds.
Whoa. As would a lot of people. But anyways, Janae and Jasmine were second with 1 minute and 14 seconds. Mike and Leroy, I was surprised that they got 52 seconds.
You know what? A lot of
Because
them
Mike
got...
fell out of the raft.
Yeah. And then, okay, so then if they fall out of the raft, they got to get back in it within 30 seconds. Now, the problem that I had was then when Caitlin and Sarah were going,
Yes.
and Sarah disappeared under the current, and Caitlin started freaking out because she didn't come up at all. Like, she didn't see her come up for air at all. So Caitlin's sort of slowing down, looking for her partner. Meanwhile, Sarah swims to the finish line, and then she, in the confessional thing, she comes back and she says, "Oh, I turn around and look who's still in the boat. Like, it's Caitlin, and I got to cross that finish line with her." And I was like, yeah, but you also have to get back to the boat within 30 seconds. So you can't wait at the finish line and be like, "Oh, Caitlin screwed up." You had to get back to the boat. That was your problem.
Yes.
Like, you screwed up. And then she was blaming it on Caitlin. Like, what was she going to do? Paddle without you? She thinks you're drowning.
She thinks you're literally dead.
She literally thinks you're drowning.
And not only that, but Caitlin is petrified of water.
Yeah.
So, way to be a teammate, like
Hop
we
off
said at
it,
the
honey.
beginning.
Just
Steve,
get
what,
off.
what did you go through with that?
I just couldn't stop laughing. Like, as soon as she hit the water, I was just dying laughing because I'm not a fan of Sarah, not a fan of Caitlin. Screw them both, get them out of here. So, I mean, it's kind of mean to say I wish she drowned, but literally, I think I did wish she drowned.
Oh.
Okay. I kind of got to agree with a few things that you said there. I'm not a fan of Caitlyn, I used to be a fan of Sarah, but Sarah has just, I don't like the pity thing. I don't like throwing it on somebody else.
I don't like the lack of responsibility she takes.
Man up. Like, this is your team. The reason they put you two together is because that's the challenge. Work
She's
it
so
out.
arrogant, too. She's, like, really arrogant now. Like, she did well with her first challenge back in the day. Ever since then, she's, like, always talking shit like she's, like, a top dog, and she always fails to deliver.
Right.
So,
Like, just because you have tattoos does not make you a bad bitch.
Right, and she relies on the fact that Caitlyn is not a great physical performer, so she already goes in there thinking that she's going to be the reason why they lose.
And, oh, you know, I feel like I'm the only one paddling here. Bitch, Caitlyn didn't fall out the raft. Caitlyn did not fall out the raft.
Yep.
Caitlyn sat in the raft. Caitlyn,
Well, you almost drowned.
yes, Caitlyn did get stuck. But she also kind of kept herself stuck because she thought you drowned.
Right.
Now, the mentality is get the frick back on the boat, because if you're to cross that finish line without the boat, how can you feel you could win that challenge?
Exactly.
No, it doesn't make sense.
And the thing is, like, the reason it's a team thing, it takes two people to paddle down that current, and you're bitching that she's stuck. Like, yeah, because she needs you. She can't do it by herself.
Right.
Look at her. She's like a bone. She is just like a tiny girl now, and she needs you.
And it's funny because any other team, and I honestly believe this, CT, if that happened with CT and Adam and CT went under the water, CT would have swam so quickly to get on that boat, to get that boat and pull that boat to the finish line.
CT would have risen up underneath the water like Jesus and held the boat above his head and walked to the finish line is what he would have done. I firmly believe.
Even, well, now with Paula and Evelyn, I always get them confused. Paula's the better competitor, correct?
no, Evelyn.
Evelyn is.
By far.
Is
Okay, I'm
Evelyn the
sorry.
blonde?
That's what, I'm sorry, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Evelyn, and that's what I meant.
Can't really. She doesn't really stick in my mind. I can't.
I just know because she has like the Kesha hair and all that. If Evelyn was to have fallen in the water, she knows Paul is the weaker player. I believe she would have gone back into that boat and tried to pull that boat. It's a team thing. Like,
Right.
get on.
Do it any way you can, but you got to be with your team member.
Right. You know, I know it's a saying, but get on the boat. Literally. All right, so then we had Evan Nehemiah, who they totally just are sucking in these challenges.
They don't really stick out in my mind.
I blame Evan. I blame Evan every time.
Evan
is a horrible competitor this season. I mean, yeah, Evan, I don't give Evan any credit. Then we had Wes and Kenny. Now let's just talk about Wes and his arrogance.
Okay, let's hop on this West thing now.
Last week, Wes claimed, oh, I'm just so tired of always having to win, and I'm just the best, and just like nothing's bigger than me. And
Meanwhile,
then he says, hey,
in the jungle,
it's pretty evident we're beating the other teams this as he's
evident
paddling
to who?
upstream. And of course, they get DQ'd.
of course. Isn't it the second time they've gotten DQ'd as well?
Yes. They got DQ'd last time, but that was Kenny's fault. This, I don't remember whose fault it was. I think it was mutual, but I don't know who fell out of the boat first. So I can't really comment on that. Now, Steve, one thing that I said was, with this type of a challenge, wouldn't you think the stronger paddlers should be in the front? Because the problem everyone was... What was that?
Yeah, you would think so.
Right, because the problem everyone was having was the boat kept turning, and that's why they couldn't keep paddling upstream, and the weaker person was always in the front. If the stronger person's in the front, you're not going to turn the boat because all the power's right up there. The back's going to be going crazy. But I don't know.
I don't really know how that works, honestly.
If you're sitting there and you're looking at all these other people and it's not working, like nobody's brain power works like that.
I don't know. I feel like maybe it would work if the stronger person were in the back, just because the water's coming. It's coming from the back, so I feel like the person in the back should be the strongest person to sort of
no, because I'm
fend it
talking
off.
about when they're going upstream.
Well, they can't switch places once they do that.
Well, no. But once you're going downstream, it's like the current's going to take you down as quickly as possible. You don't really need to.
It's still hard because they still need to control it, though. A lot of they capsize because no one can control it. I don't know. I don't know physics.
Whatever. Then we had Laurel, Cara Marie. They did pretty well. Johnny and Tyler actually won the competition with 42 seconds, beating CT and Adam by only 5 seconds.
I bet CT could do this whole competition himself.
Absolutely.
The only reason
Adam slows him down.
Yeah, Adam's just keeping him level. They balance each other out.
And then they announced the winners. And now this was actually the first competition that they gave the guys' team anything. I think they won 2,000.
Yeah, they won 2,000.
Oh, no, they won $2,000 last week too. So Sarah and Caitlin lose. Jen and Mandy win.
Mandy won her first challenge.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that Jen and Mandy won. How good is Jen in these challenges, Steve?
She's all right. She's like scrappy, so then there's not many other strong competitors, so I would say she's in the top quarter or so.
Okay. Let's get back to Wes right now. As we leave the challenge, there's this whole thing with Jasmine, Janaea. Janaea goes in and talks to Wes and says, "Hey, are we being put in the jungle tonight? I feel like we might be." Wes is just laying in bed cocky like, "Yeah, I run the house. Don't vote against me. And last week you voted against me and you solidified your place." If I was in that room at that moment, that's when something gets thrown, because it's just like,
I would have curb stomped him.
you need your ankle broken.
He needs his face broken.
That won't even damage your face. You just need to limp for a
I
while.
want to damage his face so he can't talk anymore.
Well, that too, yeah. Like, you need to get a tooth pulled, a tongue pulled. Like, it's just not working for you, bud.
Wes does not do it for me.
So Jasmine and Janae, Jasmine kind of freaked out, and then it was to the point of like, well, no, screw it. Let's go in this like beasts. Let's go talk to everyone, let them throw us in there, and we'll come back stronger than ever.
And they did.
And they sure enough did.
They sure did, Jesse.
They sure did. I was really excited about it.
Really excited.
And then that's when we had the whole issue with Jenna and Adam come. Sorry, everyone. For some reason, me and Ali did United States of Terror here at AfterBuzz, and I have this personality where I just start talking with this dirty English accent.
He's from the United Kingdom.
United Kingdom. So yes, after the whole Jen and Adam thing is going on, TJ visits the house. Surprise visit.
TJ.
Now, usually TJ comes and picks his women that he wants to fondle with. No, I'm just kidding.
That he wants to lay.
They come with the king.
It's your turn, ladies.
And he gets Jasmine, Janae, Sarah, Caitlin, says, okay, one of you guys from each team needs to come with me. Now, at this point, it's like, are we going to send our stronger player, weaker player? Sarah, again, being a douche, says to Caitlin, you have to go because I'm the stronger player and the stronger player can't go. Well, what if the stronger player had to go?
Yeah.
What if the competition was, okay, they're going to do it, and when you come, you're going to see the results?
I love that Sarah's, like, farewell advice was like, just keep digging. And meanwhile, she was the one that ended up
the one that had to
digging.
dig. No, bitch, you keep digging.
Like, damn that irony.
Yeah, Jasmine and Jenna, real cool, real chill. Like, they had redeeming qualities this episode. Rock, paper, scissors, Jasmine went. Then we get to the jungle.
Before you get to that.
What was that?
Before you get to that, did you catch like Sarah's rationale? Like, I know I could beat her in anything, and like Sarah and going, hey, like just the cocky attitude, the more foreshadowing that they love on these challenges.
And thank you for bringing that up, because me and Allie actually mentioned that at the end of the jungle. She says, yeah, I'm glad that this is happening because I know I can take Janae in pretty much anything. In front of Janae, I understand, like, talking shit to somebody's face, but, like, talk shit when you know it. Like, if that was Evelyn, if that was Laurel, like, I could understand you guys, like, making that comment.
Yeah.
I could understand CT or Wes making those type of comments in front of each other.
Right. So all I got to do is bump chests and
But
it's on.
Like I said, Sarah, just because you have tattoos does not make you a bad bitch. Write it down. If you're listening, write it down. We go to the jungle. Oh, and Janae's like, "Oh, really? So what could you beat me at?"
Oh, and then Sarah's just like, I could beat you in some
Just
stuff.
some
I'm like,
stuff.
yeah, bitch, you retract that statement. You take that back. She just made you eat your words, and then she made you eat her shit later.
Right, literally.
Enjoy.
So we get to the jungle, and we find out that Sarah and Janae have to dig out Caitlin. Well, it's funny because we see these two stacks of hay, and I said to Allie, I was like, how funny would it be if the girls were, like, in the middle of the,
Oh, yeah.
the hay?
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, the girls were literally put inside this pile of hay in a box, which is like, how long have these girls been put?
I don't know. I was like, when did he put them in there? Because he took them pretty early in the day.
Right.
They've just been baking in there, slowly marinating.
So yeah, basically they have to dig through this pile of hay, open the barrel, both doors of the barrel, and then solve a puzzle. Sarah's like masturbating, like, oh my god, yes, what a perfect challenge for me.
She's like winking at the crowd, and they're just like,
this, don't worry.
she's like, oh yeah, this is so my thing.
I'm so good at digging, and then not even that, but like Caitlin's amazing at puzzles, and I'm amazing at puzzles. This challenge is made for me.
Yeah.
All the other housemates are like, oh, they got this. Sarah's got this. Like she needed this.
This is
challenge.
perfect for Sarah. Perfect for Sarah.
Perfect.
Yeah. No, but knowing MTV,
Right.
their M. Night Shyamalan twists.
So
Damn them.
TJ says, one little twist. I'm not telling you which pile you're.
Which I
teammate.
totally called. I called it. I knew it. But here's the thing. Here would be my strategy. When Sarah dug through the pile and she saw that, she said she peeped in the thing and she saw that it wasn't Caitlin. Now, she immediately ran over to the other stack.
Yes.
But see, what I would have done is I would have just reburied the girl while my opponent was still undigging my partner.
Right, because the other girl didn't.
She had no idea.
She had no idea.
By the time she caught on, I would have fully buried her partner and then been like, thanks for the fucking heads up, bitch. Like, peace. Like, enjoy going home.
And she Ali kept making that comment throughout the episode, and that's a genius idea, and it.
Right?
It is.
I'm sure in the moment, though, I probably just would have been like, I
Right.
can't do it. But
I want to do the puzzle.
yeah,
Shoot, she's black.
I would have ripped off my microphone and beat everyone with it. I mean, in the moment, I'm sure it's different because on the outside, it's really easy for me to be like, these bitches are dumb, but
You can't dig faster than
right,
that.
like, dig, bitch.
And I didn't realize like they literally like had to like dig.
Yeah, no, I didn't know they had dirt in there. Ew.
With the like bare hands. So yeah, Sarah gets Caitlin out first, which I was like, oh, there is a chance like MTV could be deuces about this and let them get out first and really like whip Janae and Jasmine, because Janae and Jasmine are the underdogs and also are disliked in general. But like I said, I make this comment every week. MTV, ever since Celebrity Deathmatch, has made it very apparent that whoever is winning at the beginning of the challenge will lose.
Or at least that's how they cut the footage.
Right. So Caitlin gets out and they run and they start doing this puzzle. Now, like Caitlin says, I've seen this puzzle thousands of times and I could do this in my sleep. Well, then take a nap, bitch, because it sure didn't help you out. Sarah's like, oh, Caitlin's got this, I got this, and I've seen this puzzle hundreds of times. I've done it hundreds of times. And I saw that the first thing they did was the biggest mistake. They put the smallest piece on the last pole.
Because everyone thinks that, like, when you do a puzzle like that, you put the small one on the last one. It's like, oh, because people don't think you're supposed to do that, but that's what no, people think you're not supposed to do that because you're not supposed to do that.
Right.
What is it? It goes on the second, or it goes on the third
The
one?
second to the third one.
It goes on the third one.
Yes.
Yeah. Then you move the second one over to the second one. Or, no, you move the second one over to the last one.
And then the third one over
Right.
to the
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
the second one. So sad. We need to be on the challenge together. So whatever, they're going through this, and during the puzzle thing, I was like, oh, okay. Now, also what I didn't like is that the other housemates were kind of yelling, and like they were like cheering them on and like telling them that they were doing the right thing. That's cheating to me.
Yeah.
You can't help them out and tell them the puzzle shit. But
Yeah. You want to do it so bad, you go in the jungle and you do it.
Right. So, but I mean, obviously it didn't help them out because Janae and Jasmine get in there and whipped through the freaking puzzle.
Yeah. And actually it looked like Sarah was really taking it over. And Caitlyn even said, she's like, I had a gut instinct that it was wrong. And even, I think at one point Sarah said, like, there's something intrinsically wrong with this. And they just
No, Caitlyn said that.
Caitlyn said
Yep.
that?
Yeah.
No, then she was right. Yeah.
But that was her problem. She needs to speak up. She needs to realize, you know what I mean? Because if Sarah had that feeling, please believe Caitlyn would have known.
Yeah.
Please believe Caitlyn would have been punched in the face probably with one of the puzzle pieces. Like, no, bitch, it's not supposed to be on there.
Caitlyn, you're doing it all wrong.
And
We're
I'm
going to lose
blaming
because
you.
of you.
Right. So, but the point was they lost because of Sarah.
Right.
And, little Sarah's whole personality changes when
yeah.
she's the reason that they lost. Because literally you can't blame anything on Caitlyn. Caitlyn was literally locked in a box. Probably like couldn't do the puzzle because she was like at loss of breath, sweating from like
She was all matted and stuff.
dehydrated. And
She was in rough shit, and being like locked in a dark, hot box for even 5 minutes.
and literally just hearing like,
Yeah. And then
all of a
having-
sudden the lights coming and your partner's there like, let's go.
Exactly. And then like being sprung out and having to think. Oh my god.
The anxiety, like,
Yeah.
it's
Like I imagine, and she would probably need a couple of seconds to collect herself, but clearly she wasn't able to.
But go Jasmine and go Janae. And I love the fact that this whole jungle challenge was literally Sarah versus Janae. Sarah, you had the nerve to open your damn cocky little mouth.
Yep.
I could take this girl. Really? Well, you didn't. You didn't. And you realize you put your foot in your mouth. And then you want to hug everybody and, challenges and just love. And I love and I'm sorry and good job, girls. And no.
Fuck off.
No, because
You
this is...
deserved it.
What was that?
You deserved it.
Right, you deserved it. Right. If I was... And I'm sorry if this is a little cocky of me. But when you talk shit to me, I want to be cocky in the end of it. But Janae was classy about it. But this is where I want to see Houston. No, what? You were going to come at me. You said, what were you going to be? Who were you going to win? What could you beat me at? Because...
I don't really know the difference between Houston and Dallas. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, Dallas, you cry. Houston, it's gangsta
Well, they
ghetto.
all cry on reality shows.
People.
They all cry. They're always crying. No matter how tough they get, they flip out and then they cry.
And hey,
I can't do this anymore. Like, okay, fine, then don't do it anymore.
right, then please leave.
There's always on every single MTV. There's
a
always
starving reality star out there that would have killed to be in your spot.
Mm-hmm.
So Janae and Jasmine win. Everyone was shocked, and Jasmine's like, "Wait till we get back in the house. It's on. It's on."
Oh Jesus!
So that'll be interesting next episode.
I want to see them at the bar already. It's pissing me off.
What about Sarah's comment? Like she can't wait to fly back with Caitlyn because they're like friends now. It's like she's talking shit about like the whole episode, but then she loses all of a sudden. We're best friends. I want to fly back with her.
Right. Like,
Please.
go sit someplace. Go sit someplace, please.
You know what? They'll get home. They'll hang out for like a week, and then they'll never speak again.
And they'll realize why they hated each
until
other.
the reunion.
Yeah.
Right.
Until the reunion when they've already watched the whole show.
Oh my god. I would love to see we see it on the reunion, but like their reactions. But they always act like they're surprised. Well, unless they already filmed the reunion.
No, they actually Maria Menounos is going to be hosting the reunion. So we'll get all the dish and all the dirt. I'm gonna try and pry my way to go.
Oh my god.
With her and Kevin. I'm gonna try.
You
Hopefully I can
get in there. You get in there.
Hopefully I can get in there because then I'll come back here with so much dirt.
Oh, I hope
to
so.
Spill.
But what I don't understand is like, I mean, I guess I understand they have to act surprised, but when they go to the reunion and they're watching all these episodes and they're seeing all these things, and then they like react, like they'll hear another person in the house say something, and then they're like, and they make that face. Like, you probably have been watching it like all of us. Don't act like you're surprised. Don't act like someone in the house didn't tell you at the time. Like, you know that person was talking shit.
Right, and not even that, but just like, you know what this show's about. You've done this show how many times? You know they're talking
Exactly.
shit. Anytime that you guys argued on the show, they're talking shit.
Right.
Anytime you felt uncomfortable on the show, they were talking shit. If you thought that you guys were getting along, no, they were probably talking shit.
Look at Adam and Jen.
If you were talking shit, they were definitely talking shit.
If he was spooning you from behind, she was talking shit.
Right. Oh, hilarious. All right, so, and then the last final piece, which was kind of a stupid waste of time for me, was Tyler and Johnny sitting at the table saying that they have the strongest team.
Beg
They're out,
to differ.
they're out next.
What was that, Steve?
They're out next.
Yeah, like, ridiculous. I hope they go home next, and I hope that was just the setup for them to go home next.
Judgment Day is coming. That's what Johnny said to Tyler.
It sure
I
is.
think it's more MTV foreshadowing on that one.
Johnny Bandana.
Well, he wasn't bandana this week. This week he was arm, whatever.
Oh, well, that was in the thing, but I think he put his do-rag back on.
He had like a...
He just needs to wear extra fabric. He likes his accessories.
They like bandanas on the Rivals.
They do.
There we go. All right, so we're going to head over to a commercial break. When we get back, MTV was very generous tonight and gave us some amazing previews of next week and future episodes to come. So we will discuss that when we get back.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
All that dramatic music.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I mean, where do we start with this?
No.
We saw so much. We saw the bar scene.
We got to be talking about what be happening next week.
What happens next week? I mean, I don't even know what part's gonna happen next week because, I mean, they showed us so much and so much there. I saw CT. He was freaking out
Don't everyone get off me.
in the club, in the bar. He was freaking out. Now, how many times did they let them get out of the house? Because I thought they weren't supposed to
Emerge.
Yeah. Now, this is the second time they're going to the bar? Interesting.
Yes.
So, yeah, we saw CT freaking out. We see a challenge with Evan and Nehemiah. So, I'm hoping that's next week. Because they've been kind of quiet as far as their characters on the show. And I want to see Nehemiah freak out. And I would love the challenge to be Nehemiah and Evan versus Johnny and Tyler. Because that's going to break up the alliance.
The dreaded alliance.
Now, if that challenge was to come, who do you guys think would be kicked out?
So, Evan and Nehemiah
versus Johnny and Tyler.
I would say Evan and Nehemiah would be booted.
Yeah?
Yeah, because Evan has been sucking. And Nehemiah can't seem to really
carry his weight.
Yeah, and Johnny, I feel like Johnny and his part, they kind of get more lucky than anything else. They just do well because everyone happens to do worse than them. Even if they do pretty badly, there are other people that do worse than them, and including Evan and Nehemiah.
Yes. Steve, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, depending on the challenge, it could change, but overall, I think it'd be Johnny and Tyler. They're better than Nehemiah thus far. But who the hell knows?
Yeah, I am hoping Johnny and Tyler go home. I'm just over them. So what else did we see? We saw Tyler versus Leroy.
Yeah.
Leroy?
I think that was having to do with being gay or some sort of like pity thing. Like, you don't know what I've been through. Actually, I have, because I watched The Real World and I've seen you on these challenges and you broadcast your issues on national television.
By the way, all you white men out there, never tell a black guy I have been through more than you. Please don't ever say that, ever. Like, first of all, no, you haven't. First of all, like, that shit stems
First
way
of all,
back.
I'm black.
Yeah. How about it? How about I go through more shit in a day than you go in your entire life?
Okay, I will give him that he's gay. I will give him that. So you get points in that sense. But you probably haven't seen your best friend get shot.
Yes.
Probably not in the gay world. Not happening. Maybe
Shot with a glitter gun, maybe.
He shot me with a hot glue gun.
While we were bedazzling. It was so painful.
Oh my goodness. What else did we see? We saw Mike like hooking up, and I believe Paula.
Ugh.
You said, ugh.
Yeah. Poor Mike. That's one nasty bitch he's making out with right there. She's been through everybody. I don't know what he's teasing her, but like, more power to him, I guess.
Well, hopefully she doesn't do him dirty like Jen did Adam. What do we think's gonna happen with that? Do we think anything will continue with that? Do we think Adam will find out what she said, and that'll cause drama within the house?
Yeah,
or
definitely.
Do you think he'll just drop it?
It's probably gonna be they're gonna be at the bar, and Jen's gonna be talking to some dude, and Adam's gonna be like, "I thought she was into me." He's gonna bitch to all the guys, and the guys are gonna hold him back. And
No, he's gonna
cry.
bitch. I feel like he's gonna bitch to a girl, and then she's gonna be like, Jen doesn't really like you. Like,
She says you're a really good friend. You're a really good friend.
Bunch of creepy.
Yeah, she said you're a really good, creepy, weird friend, and you never even have a chance unless she was blacked out.
So I just get her drunk, or
So now's the time.
do I buy her a shot, or
Right. So are you saying I should get her trash tonight? Roofie her? Like, what's going on?
just want to make sure I'm following?
Does anyone have any date rape drugs?
Yeah. Go see. I don't even know who you could see for that. But yeah, we saw a lot. Something with the challenge about a mountain. So they're probably gonna, and all the challenges
Racing
they
to the
have to
top of the
run to the top of a mountain. So I'm sure we'll get something exciting in that.
But we've given your partner diabetes, and now you need to give the insulin to them, and they're at the bottom of the mountain.
And then you have to find the cure for AIDS.
Good luck, everyone. You've got 15 minutes.
I could do this challenge in my sleep.
Hilarious. Tyler would be like, I have this in the bag. I'm gay. I know this stuff. I know my way around AIDS.
Oh, God.
So bad. Okay, hold on. Let me give the disclaimer.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
All right, so before we head
Jesse.
out, except Jesse. So before we head out, any last comments or predictions of what we can expect? I'm really surprised MTV gave us this that type of a preview this early in the season.
Well, they've been giving us previews for all the upcoming episodes before, so now they're giving us previews of episodes like 2 or 3 in advance.
Right.
Keep doing that, which is whatever, but
I'm just really surprised they showed us anything about the final challenge.
I think that they think if they show us some of the juicy parts to entice you to keep watching, by the time the episode comes back, you're gonna forget all about it.
I'm gonna forget all about it.
Yeah, you know what?
Is that what's gonna happen, Allie? I'm gonna forget all about it.
It's hot in here. All right, it's been a long day.
Why don't you take off all your clothes and jump in the pool?
Well, let's cut this thing and do it.
All right, so that's our cue to get out so I can get Allie naked. It's so interesting to me.
It is. You should see this thing I got growing on my back.
Whoa. All right, Steve, the steamer, thanks for calling in. Allie,
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining me.
Anytime.
Emily, you were missed tonight.
Aww.
And Kevin, come join us again. We miss you. All right, guys, until next week. We'll see you later.
Bye.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.